So here she was, old now, standing by the roadside waiting. Ever since she had entered her 90th year, Marvellous Ways spent a good part of her day waiting, and not for death, as you might assume, given her age. She wasn't sure what she was waiting for, because the image was incomplete. It was a sense, that's all, something that had come to her on the tail feather of a dream, one of Paper Jack's dreams, God rest his soul, and it had flown over the landscape of sleep just before light, and she hadn't been able to grasp that tail feather and pull it back before it disappeared over the horizon and disintegrated in the heat of a rising sun. But she had known its message. Wait, for it's coming. A mizzle of rain played in the November sky. They sat on the roof, huddled and daunted like kids on the run, the bottle of brandy passing from mouth to mouth, taking his words to her lips, his warmth to her cool. Rooftops and chimneys strung out ahead, irregular and familiar to the east, an occasional break where the wind gathered and swirled with the restless ghosts of a family cut short. A rocket shot into the air and exploded, white stars falling. I used to come up here during the war. I'd only say it to you, Freddie, but it was beautiful. Isn't that crazy? The fires all along there like a burning sunrise, over there out by the docks, and you could smell them too. Wind in the right direction, you could smell burning sugar, even cheese once. And planes overhead, dodging crisscross lights, guns pounding. I tell you, Freddie, it was the movies and Christmas all in one. Once I sat up here with my friend Jeannie, and it was a test of faith. Well, that's what she said. Us blind drunk on knocked off spirits. Out of our wits, really. But alive. So bloody alive. And I felt lucky. Like everything I'd ever dreamt of was within reach. That I was being saved for something. And the all clear would sound, and I'd never felt such a thrill, and nothing touched me. Not really. Jeannie used to say I was a cat with 9 lives. Got any left? Asked Drake. Don't know, said Missy. Be nice to think there was a couple left. And she grinned, and he looked at her, and he was that 12-year-old kid again, confused and eager, with jump leads stretching from his balls to his heart. I was there that night, you know, said Missy softly. What night? What are you talking about? At the Café de Paris, you know, the night it happened. Oh, Jesus, Missy. I was dancing, well away from the band, strangely enough for me, and the band was playing Old Johnny, how can you love Old Johnny, heavens above. And then it went silent, and everything slowed down, do you know what I mean? And just smiling faces, and this sort of blurred movement, and the sweetest silence. And then a blue flash, that's what I remember. Beautiful blue. And then I woke on the floor with a body on top of me, and saw sheet music fluttering down like snow, and fragments of glass like stars. And then the screaming began. Parts of bodies and limbs everywhere, a woman wandering about, dazed and still singing, "Old Johnny, old Johnny." All I got was a cut to my head. I did my best to help. My dress was already ripped, so I ripped it some more and made tourniquets, and I cleaned people's wounds with champagne. I often wonder what they must have thought, lying there dying, listening to the sound of champagne corks popping. Wasn't right really, was it? Not that. I never cried, Freddie. Still haven't. Jeannie reckoned I was a hard cow, but the way I see it, you can't cry for everyone, and I done my crying before the war. Punctured me eardrum, that's all, so I'm a bit deaf. Won't be such a surprise when I'm old, eh? Come here, said Freddie, and he went to put his arms around her. No, I don't need that, I'm all right. She pulled away from him. You'll have to get used to this. This is what you've come back to. Everyone here has a story, and that's just one of mine.